Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of Mortarion. Yeah, this thing is finally done. So, gonna walk you through the build process here, finishing him up. Working on the base right now. I just wanted to add a little bit more real estate, bring him up, make him look taller than he actually is. I mean, he's the Primarch of the Death Guard, so yeah, why not? I'm adding some resin skulls to the sand that I put up there. Gonna hit it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. And after that, we're going to hit with some ballast cement, or ballast glue rather, and the alcohol is going to break the surface tension, let the glue just soak right in. Okay, after a black primer, we're just going to hit this with some Vallejo model color white. Just going to do a little bit of an overbrush in certain spots, mainly a dry brush, but we're going to get all that surface detail just popping out so I can add some color to it later on. Now, partially through this process, I realized that I kind of screwed up. When I built up the cork and everything, I didn't realize that remember that little spot on him from last video? One of those incense burner whatever things? It looked like a bird skull to me. That actually helps support him. And by building it up, I took away the ground level that was supposed to hold him there. So I'm going to fix that later on. I'm going to add some more cork to it. Okay, while I add some Citadel Contrast Skeleton Horde onto the base here, just want to ask if you're not subscribed, please consider it. I looked at one of my analytics and I didn't realize that I have, out of all the viewers that I get, very few are subscribers. Right there's the chart there. So I'm not begging, but I would love to see this community grow because we're having so much fun. Community tab is opened up. You guys can show me what stuff you're working on, all that fun stuff. So yeah, just please consider it. Back to Morty here. I just wanted to beg. So yeah, Rackarth flesh for those horn bits on the back of them. And I've just got, let's see, some model color white here that I'm going to put on the base. That's going to be a really good base for the fluorescence that I'm going to add to it. Now the Death Guard base video, it's still my best performing video, like continuously, so I'm going to stray a little bit away from that one on this, but I think the end result is going to be worth it. Alright, moving on here, this is Athonian Camo Shade. This is one of my favorite Citadel shades. I think I'm probably blue in the face from saying that, but really good way to add some like very subtle mossy type effects to your rocks. Without having to work, like, yes, I do have dirty down moss, but I don't want to use up all my dirty down products for Warhammer stuff. But once it dries, you'll see that it adds a little bit of a coloration to it. All right, starting with some fluorescent yellow. It's gonna be the base for the green, and I'm gonna go up a little further up on the base than just the actual like pool on the bottom. Get the bottoms there too. So we give a little bit of an OSL type look. There we go. Yep, having fun with that. And I get some of the edges of the rocks too. Yeah, put it in camera, John. We're asking for subscribers. They want to see the stuff in camera. And I have to be childish and put my UV light on there so it glows. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm 10. Gotta show Morty too with the eyes. Fun. Is like I said, sorry, I'm 10. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of artist oils in there, some white. And yeah, I was watching the premiere of part 1 while I was doing this, so you're gonna hear that in the background because yeah, I was having fun. I was in my zone. I was watching the premiere while I was working on part 2. Like I said, I'm having fun with this. And I want you to have fun with me, so subscribe. Okay, I'll get off of that now. So, but yeah, I had the first part playing and got the little YouTube start on there and the countdown. And then you get the theme music. Alright, working on these little nurglings. These guys are really detailed. Some Talon sand for the little hood that he's wearing. I think I used the same thing on his loincloth, because we don't want to see a whole lot of nurglings with bare butts. Now I painted the nurglings a couple different colors. I did pink and green. For the pink ones here, I used Emperor's Children. He's wearing a little gas mask. I love that. And while that's drying, I'm going to hit the base with the fluorescent green from Vallejo Game Color. And exactly where I put that yellow, I'm going to add the green to it, because the yellow is going to help make it pop. Now, being finished with him at this time, I can honestly say I had no idea how fragile this guy is. I mean, there's a couple times where I was holding on to him and I didn't break anything, but I thought I was going to, and there's just so many small parts. All right, using that same fluorescent green, I'm going to give the silence a little bit of a glow there. And then we are going to work on another nurgling while that's drying up. Just going to add a little bit of hash hut copper to the accents right there. And it's more on my brush, so I'm going to just go ahead and add a little bit here and there. And all that green on there, that was the Athonian Camo Shade. All right, Nurgle's Rot. I had to put Nurgle's Rot on here. All those areas that I had lightened up there, I just want to add some snot to it there. And honestly, I just thought about this while I was recording it. I could actually take some Nurgle's Rot and just add a little bit to where his wings connect to his body in the back. So I think they'll look pretty cool. Not a whole lot, just for some accents. All right, here's where I fixed the back. Because honestly, I didn't realize that back burner, that incense burner, whatever it is, actually supported him. So I'm just going to add some cork to it and glue it in and hit some super glue accelerator on there. Blip, blip. And add a little bit more because it wasn't high enough. Because I didn't think about that. It's okay though. Yeah, once I get it done, it sits on there perfectly. Kind of like I planned it, but I didn't. So that's okay. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and add that on there. And then I will get that primed black. I'm just going to brush prime it there. There we go. And you know what primer I'm using. Stynylrez Black. Love that stuff. And then we're going to keep going because I lost track there. Yes, this is me. All right, so while that's drying, I'm going to hit the wings with some Rakarth Flesh, and of course you saw the wings were primed in Stynylrez Black, and I get 2 coats on these wings. Now I just went back and I did the exact same recipe, the exact same procedure that I did on my son's Mortarion wings. I don't know what the rest of his Mortarion looks like because he's in Florida in the Air Force. So somebody's got to send me a picture of what his Mortarion came out looking like. All right, we're just going to add some, just like we did with the rest of it. Just going to hit some highlights there, some edge highlighting, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add some color to that. There we go. And I don't go too crazy with it. All right, looking good. All right, more wings, but these are Nurgling wings. So I'm going to do roughly the same type of recipe for as the big wings, but just scaled down a bit. So, and I'll put a link in the description for that little 45-second Mortarion wing video there. I think the only thing I didn't do on that is what I'm doing here with the Athonian Camo Shade. Alright, Recolid Flesh Shade thinned down with water. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a good coat there. And while I'm doing that, adding some more details on Mortarion, getting those chains hooked into them. Those chains are the ones that I'm afraid that I might just grab the wrong way and break them off, but alright, this is just like the other video. And while I'm doing that, I've got another one there. I'm painting the base of the Nurgling that's actually sitting in that toxic ooze, because I want him to look just like it. And by no means this is the best way to paint your Mortarion wings. I've seen them online where people have painted like eyeballs on them and they look beautiful. I'm not that good. I'm just going to do basic tabletop, maybe a little bit more than I usually do, but like I say, he's a display piece. He's huge. He's a big boy, so I want to make sure that everybody can see him. Alright, then going with the Caribird Crimson. I'm just going over the Reikland Flesh shade just a tad, just give it that sore look to it. And I was debating whether I should do the wings the same way like I did my sons or do them a little bit different. I just decided, you know what, it was quick and easy to do it this way. I liked how it came out, and yeah, wanted it to look just like his, so. And then just add a few more dots and bumps there. Okay, here with the Black Legion there. The color before that was Wildwood. And I wanted to add the Black Legion to give it that like necrotic looking look to it. Alright, adding some clear resin to the base where I put the Nurgling on there. And then I will go ahead and hit that with the UV light and curing him in place. And I had a few drips here and there, so I wanted to make sure that everything got cured, because we don't want to put our fingers in uncured resin. And there he is there. Looks like he belongs there, doesn't he? And I got a couple Nurglings on top there as well. And then the other two will be hanging off, they'll be on chains. Alright, the wings going into the big boy himself. Easier than I thought they were going to be. I really thought that when I put those on, they were just going to come right off. But the way they're positioned and the way they're supported, I was shocked. Needless to say, I was shocked. There we go. See, I was waiting for them to fall off. Now I got hit with some accelerator there. There we go. And then the last thing to do is get his smoke put in place. And then get him on the base. So all in all, this was an amazing build. It was a long build. It took me about 2 months total. And yeah, it's not the best. I'm not the best, but you know what? I did the best I could, and I'm really happy with the results. I just have to be so careful with him when I'm playing. But yeah, had a great time doing this kit. I think if I did it again, which I hope I don't ever have to do it, but if I ever had to do it again, I would still do it the same way in sub-assemblies and then put it together after that. I think if I would have put the whole thing together and tried to paint it afterwards, I would have missed out on a lot of detail, and I didn't want to do that for a Primarch. But all in all, if you're a Death Guard player, you gotta eventually get this guy. He was worth it. He is worth it. Had such a good time with it. There were times I wanted to throw across the room, but I did not, because yeah, that's not going to happen. But yeah, all in all, such a fun kit. There were so many opportunities for effects on here, so I had a great time with it. I hope you had a great time watching it too. So again, thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, if you liked the video, check out the selection on the left-hand side there and subscribe on the right. And again, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.